All right, let's talk flooring. Picking out new floors can feel like a total minefield, right? But what if I told you there's one simple secret that can save you from some major headaches and costly mistakes? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that secret. So have you ever had this happen? You put in this gorgeous new floor, you're so excited, and then bam, a year later, it looks like it's been through a battle. It's so frustrating, right? Well, it's not just bad luck. There's actually a really specific reason why some floors hold up and others just don't.
And that secret? It all comes down to two little letters, AC. That stands for the AC rating, and you can think of it as a secret report card for your floor's durability. Seriously, once you understand this simple code, you'll know exactly how to pick a floor that's built to last.
So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with what this secret rating is all about. Then we'll dive in and decode the 5 different levels of toughness. We'll also tackle a super common point of confusion, the difference between the rating and how thick the plank is. And finally, we'll put it all together so you can choose the perfect match for your own home. Right, so why does this matter so much? Honestly, it's because knowing about this little number saves you from that sinking feeling, when you see the first big scratch on your brand new floor. It's all about making sure the floor you buy can actually handle your real everyday life.
And I love this analogy. The AC rating is truly like a report card for durability. It's not about the color, it's not about the wood grain pattern, it's just a straight-up, honest grade of how tough that floor is, period.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty and decode this thing. AC actually stands for abrasion class. It's a totally standardized system, and its only job is to measure one thing: how much of a beating a floor can take before it gives up.
Basically, the AC rating is your crystal ball for how well the floor will survive the daily grind. And I mean everything. We're talking dog claws, kids' toys, chairs sliding back and forth, all of it. It's purely a measure of how well that top protective layer resists getting worn down. So, you might be wondering, how do they even figure this out? Well, it's not just some random number they pull out of a hat. Every single style of laminate floor goes through a pretty intense lab test. The best way to picture it is like a stress test, or a treadmill, designed specifically for flooring. They literally use a machine that just scuffs and grinds the surface over and over and over again. The rating's assigned based on the exact point where that top protective layer finally wears through. And because it's a standardized test, like a boot camp for floors, an AC3 from brand X is exactly as tough as an AC3 from brand Y. That's what makes this rating so incredibly useful and reliable. All right, so we know there's a test, and the floor gets a grade from AC1 up to AC5. But what do those numbers actually mean in the real world? Let's break it down because the difference is huge. We're talking about a range that goes from a quiet, little-used bedroom all the way to the floor of a bustling airport. This chart makes it super clear. AC1, think super low traffic, like a closet or a guest room that's almost never used. AC2 is a little tougher, maybe for a formal living room. But here's the one to remember. AC3. This is the sweet spot, the real workhorse for most families. It's designed for the chaos of kitchens, hallways, and entryways. Then you've got AC4 and AC5. Now we're getting into commercial-grade stuff. Think small boutiques, offices, and even airports. So what's the actual physical difference between an AC1 and an AC5? It all comes down to that invisible protective layer on top, the wear layer. As you go up the AC scale, that shield just gets thicker and tougher, which gives you way more protection against scuffs, scratches, and all kinds of wear. Okay, this brings us to a super important point, and honestly, it's where a lot of people get tripped up. You see a really thick, chunky plank of flooring, and you automatically think, wow, that must be super durable. But here's the thing. The AC rating and the thickness of the plank are measuring two totally different things. Let's clear this up. Here's the key takeaway. The AC rating is only about the surface, how well it resists scratches and scuffs. That's it. The plank thickness, that's all about how stable and solid the floor feels under your feet. A thicker plank won't bend or flex as much, but that has nothing to do with whether it will scratch easily. Now with that said, the two things often go together. It's pretty common for floors with a high AC rating, like an AC4 or AC5, to also be thicker, like 10 or 12 millimeters. And when you get that combo, you really get the best of both worlds, a super tough surface that resists scratches, and a floor that feels really solid and high quality when you walk on it. All right, enough with the technical stuff. We've covered the science. Now for the part that really matters. How do you take all this knowledge and actually pick the perfect floor for your house? This little chart here is a fantastic guide. For those quiet spots, like your bedroom or a guest room, an AC1 or AC2 is totally fine. But for the highways of your house, the kitchen, the main living room, the hallway everyone runs through, you absolutely want to start your search at AC3. And hey, if your house is pure chaos with kids and pets, or you have an entryway that gets a ton of traffic, bumping up to an AC4 is a really smart move. And you know what? This might be the most important piece of advice in this whole thing. You have to be brutally honest with yourself about your lifestyle. Got kids? Got pets? Do you slide furniture around? If the answer is yes to any of those, then AC3 is your absolute bare minimum. Don't even look at anything lower. I know it's tempting to save a little cash, but trust me, you'll pay for it later in scratches and wear. So, to wrap this all up, let's just quickly cover the big mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1, being cheap and putting a low-rated floor in a high-traffic area. It just won't last. Mistake number 2 is the opposite, spending a fortune on a commercial-grade AC5 floor for a bedroom where it's total overkill. And the third mistake? Forgetting that the AC rating is just one part. A great top layer won't do you much good if the core of the plank is flimsy.
So the next time you're in a flooring store, you'll be armed with the right knowledge. You can look right past the pretty samples and start asking the smart questions. You'll know how to find a floor that has the right kind of street smarts for your home. The only question is, what's your floor's durability score need to be?